Okay, the Twion or the
Yeah.
E-Fix. They're heavy. They weigh about 17 pounds each.
But like heavier than these?
They're heavier than those, but they're heavy because they have the electronics, and when you push.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
So, that could, I mean, I feel like I would love for you to try them.
I mean, like, I wouldn't be opposed to trying them.
Before you would ever think. There also is another, I don't think you would like this because I see there's also a power assist. You've seen the wheel that would connect to the back of your chair.
Oh, yeah, and let me guess, it has, like, the little stick on the, like how the power chairs have. But
there's that one, yeah.
But it can connect.
Do you like the idea of having a stick?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, I thought so. You're young enough that you wouldn't like that. There's also another one. Here, I'll show it to you. It's called this. So we're talking like something like this size.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get that. But, like, I don't know if it's...
What is that picture? Hang on. That's so crazy. That's the side. That's the back. I wonder if they're showing you... Yeah, so... Something like that. Low profile, but it would give you a low back support.
Oh, I get that. It's like...
That's just another, but you could get that with, oh, so sorry. That was so
Oh, I
good.
get
You
it.
could get that in that same size that I was showing you.
Oh, I know. And that's what I was thinking of getting. And, like, part of me really likes these clamps, too, on the back.
You like the way that hardware is? Okay. I mean, those are all little things, yeah, to take
More
into
so
consideration.
than, like, the hardware on the other one.
Ooh, you're picking all of this up. So the
Like-
hardware on...
Well, because I
No,
did...
this is the carbon back bit.
Yeah.
That's actually the wheelchair.
Oh, I get that.
So their back hardware, just to show you the difference. I'm not trying to sell you on one or the other because I'm just showing you this is the size. That
I get that.
Yeah. That they have a rigidized bar that you don't have, but that doesn't... Yeah, the Roho Agility back is kind of a good one. It has some air pocket. It has some...
Now, this might just be me nitpicking
That's okay.
or something, but I like the look of this
Yeah.
better.
Okay, yeah, and this is
Also, it looks like it has a little bit more cushion than the other one.
It might, yeah.
So it's like, I wouldn't mind this particular back, but like,
Wonder if it'll
see,
show you
it
the
just
front.
like it looks. The clamping stuff on it just looks weird.
Oh, it looks weird.
Yeah, like at the very least, the clamping on the actor back looks... I don't know. The clamping on the actor back looks better. Because at the very least, you can flip those back. But it's like, part of the reason I am hesitant on the power assist wheels is because I know how expensive they are. And it's like, I'm so sorry, Medicaid.
Oh, right. Well, that's why we can... Let me show you the other one that I was thinking, but we could bring the power wheels out and you could try them and see if
Yeah.
you like the way that's how I prefer to do things anyway.
Oh, I get that. But
Um,
I think I was also told, because my chair still kind of veers from one side to the other outside a little bit.
okay.
And I was told by someone who looked at my chair that the camber on both these wheels are not set exactly even.
Okay. That if that is the case, I mean, it would be just one.
Like, I think they said one side is just a little bit straight, a little bit straighter. So if that is the case, I don't know that's part of the issue.
It's hard to tell if it can go to. That might be. It almost looks even Steven to me, but I also think, is it when you're pushing? Go ahead and give a straight push. There's a drift.
See? And outside, it's even worse.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, it's to the point where I feel like I need to go way back here on the actual wheels just to try to even get a good push outside. But even that is just like, I can't really let the wheels go because then it will drift so strongly to one side.
So does it always go to the right?
Oh, it depends. It'll go either right or left.
Okay.
But then it'll drift so strongly to where I feel like I will have to suddenly grab down here just to get it to stop.
Okay, go ahead and give me another push.
Well, that, and I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah, it's rubbing on something.
Yeah, like,
Is it rubbing on the side guards?
yes, like this,
Should not be happening.
like
Okay.
this part specifically, which is why,
Okay. Let's take these out for a second.
okay, which is why I thought of, should I replace of just wanting to replace the side guards themselves as well with like still some straight ones like this but without.
That shouldn't be happening. Go ahead and do another push for me. Straight ahead. Do you feel it drift?
Yep.
Okay, it drifted a little bit, but
And outside, and this is kind of why I was wondering if I should take this out to show you because you can really see it.
yeah, anytime that we can go outside and I'll definitely, anytime that you add incline in the world, it's gonna drift for you.
Oh, I get that, and that's what Rich said too.
Yeah.
And that's why he said I think it's more so like an environmental thing. But that's why he wanted to add the extra inch of dump to begin with, to see if maybe that could help a little bit, at least with my controlling of it when the chair does drift.
It might. Go ahead and do another push for me. With the side guards out, do you notice a difference?
No.
Okay, and the wheels moving?
Nope.
Okay.
And I think because when I had somebody looking at the chair through the video on my phone, I think even they said one wheel looks a hair closer to the side guards, which was possibly why it was rubbing.
And it must. I mean, it must be this one.
Yeah, I think that's what the dude said too, but still, it's just like,
It goes this way, right? I believe so.
no, I actually figured out the sides where the bolts go on the inside.
Really? Okay, the bolts go on the inside. Seems
Yeah.
odd. Never paid attention.
Now, like, originally I wanted the wheels brought in as close as they could be. And at first, when I first got the side guards, there was no problem.
No problem. And then, okay, push again for me.
Yeah, it's definitely noticeable. But especially even more so outside,
Sure.
to the point where I feel like I can't really even push at all.
Okay. Yeah, do you mind if I get in and take a push on that?
Okay.
You've learned not to lock your brakes, and you're kind of like one of those.
Yeah. Well, I also figured out, and this might be because this might be tremor-wise as well, but I've noticed that these brakes are even hard to do.
Yeah, you got the scissor brake, so.
Yeah, it's like I originally wanted some brakes that were like
Low.
under there, so that way, because I thought if I had brakes that were out here, that I would be bashing my hands on them, and I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, you know what? Your tire's rubbing right here.
See, and that's kind of why me it's just like,
Yeah, there's something.
and I don't know if it's just because the tire is just a hair closer than the other one is.
I'm gonna take that out. Do you like your side guards? Some people don't even use them.
Yeah, I like the
You
side
like
guard.
them because they keep you. Yeah, I'm just making sure.
Oh, I do like them other than it rubs.
Right. And it shouldn't be rubbing.
And if it's, and
It
if,
might be.
yeah, and if it's just rubbing on this wheel or on this small part here, then if Kai has some straight side guards like that, just without that little hole, then
Yeah, there might be a couple. Honestly, it might just be bumping your wheels out like this much so that it doesn't rub. It's almost like the wheels are positioned to rub on this. And it's probably the camber, but we can also keep the camber but bring the wheels out just a touch. So then they're not rubbing on your side guards.
I don't necessarily think it's the closeness of the wheels that it's the problem, because when I first got the chair, the wheels were set at 0.75, and at first I didn't have a problem. I think the first time they started to rub, it was because the side guards ended up straightening themselves out. So an adjustment had to be made to kind of cover them back in a little bit.
Sure.
But then this last time was because the dude who tried to adjust the seat a little bit, or the seat dump, actually removed the entire camber tube.
Right.
And I think when he went to put it back on, he did a little tinkering with the camber tube, so I think he accidentally might have shortened the tube on one side.
Yeah. Okay, let me show you. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't use their brakes. I mean, seems like you figured out how to stand up. You have enough mobility to stand up without using your brakes.
I mean, like, it's hard.
It's hard, yeah.
Yeah, I probably should be using my brakes.
Yeah.
But it's like, part of me doesn't really want to use the brakes purely just because I feel like tremor-wise, it's just hard to do so.
Okay.
But I do know that Kai has some brakes like this that are under the seat, but they have a little bit of a lever. So
they're probably this. We can look at them.
Like, I think they're called the short throw.
The short throw? Okay.
Yeah. Scissor brakes, and I was thinking partially
I mean, they're going to probably go ahead and get back in and show me like lock your brakes for me so I can just kind of see the difficulty.
Okay. Because I brought this up to someone too, and they said, yeah, the brake is. This is usually how I have to do it.
Yeah. It's the unlocking that's the hard part.
Because I'll have to do it like this.
Yeah. That's hard. Okay, they can also release the pressure a little bit, but...
Oh, they'll release as much as they will. Yeah.
Okay.
It's still hard because I'll have to like do it like that.
Yeah. So you've learned not to lock it and then...
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever fallen getting in and out of your wheelchair?
A
couple times?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is kind of why... But yeah, I do also know that like when he did say, or like when Rich did mention adding an extra inch of seat dump, I did mention that like
You want to try that?
No, I did mention like almost wanting to stand on my tippy toes, because I don't know if that was just like my hips wanting a little bit more of an angle. So he also suggested, well, if you have to get like a wedge
right
for the front, then would we have to get you a like a high rise or a high mount foot plate because of that?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like maybe something like this, or for the brakes, or like they have brakes like that with an even shorter, like a little bit shorter of a handle. I think they were called the short throw, but for some reason it's not appearing on here, and I don't.
Okay, so yeah, you have the low profile. The underseat, I mean,
Yeah.
so you pull it forward to lock. So it would be kind of the opposite. And I mean, I can't guarantee one way or the other.
Oh, I get that. Either that or would I just need like some of those wigs that are like the standard type of wig, but with some kind of like almost like an extension type thing? Because I think originally, as well, the PT who originally evaluated me mentioned something like that.
Mentioned which one? Sorry, what did they, the different type of brakes?
Yeah, like the standard types of wigs, but with almost like an extension type handle.
Yeah, there are those. They're not low profile. They look like this. They look, that's a push to lock.
Oh, I get that.
And then you can do, but it's,
yeah, that I think it was what she mentioned.
right. But you would have to be okay with, if you did that, they would work for you and they would be a lot easier. But
I know, and I think that's why she mentioned it.
Yeah, scissor locks are difficult for someone that might have some strength issues.
Yeah, and I think she noticed my tremors immediately too, so I think that's the main reason she mentioned it.
Are you open to that idea?
I mean, I would be, but at the same time, I would like it so that way it would be like a pulling towards me to lock them.
Oh.
So that way.
Go ahead. You know there's push to lock and pull to lock. So if you go pull to lock. Yeah.
Yeah, that way they would be like out here the whole time where they're not engaged, and hopefully that could help like reduce the like possibly hitting them with.
Oh, when you're pushing your chair? Sure. I mean that they're gonna all sit generally at the same place. It's just one, you push to lock, or you so you pull to lock or you push to lock, but they're all going to be about right here. It's just the mechanics of which one do you feel. A lot of people like push. That seems more intuitive. I would say 90% of the wheelchairs that I do, people do the push.
Oh.
I've not ever known somebody to do the pull, but that doesn't mean you can't. I mean, you would learn, like thinking about if you wanted to lock, you're sitting in your chair and you want to lock it, it would be right here and you'd pull it back. And then to unlock, you'd push it forward.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's weird. Like everybody, I mean, like I said, 90% of the wheelchairs that I do, everyone's push to lock or scissor lock. I have never, but the pull to lock might be better for you. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
Because everybody's a little different, right?
Yeah.
And, all right, I was going to show you one other thing, and then I'll let Rich know some of the things that we're looking at for the next appointment.
Okay. Because I do know he brought up the idea of switching out the foot plate with like a different one with the risers underneath.
I mean, it's the riser meaning Did you get a titanium or did you just pick a titanium color? Do you know? Or this is just silver? I was just
Oh
curious.
yeah, it's aluminum.
It is
with
aluminum,
just,
but it looks, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering. So it's hard to get titanium. Nobody covers. Insurance doesn't cover titanium.
I know. I think he said that too, or he said something like that.
I'm trying to think.
Oh.
The other power assist device, I don't know if it goes on a key mobility, which is the bummer. But you probably have already looked at it.
What?
You probably have already looked at it.
What, the power assist wheel?
Yeah. So it's something that clicks in on the back. Yep. And then you have a little speed dial right here. And it literally, and sometimes what's great about this one is then you use the wheels that you have. Or we could also look at getting you spoke wheels, which are lighter weight. And then you put the smart drive on the back. And then somebody can help you take it off too. Like you kind of pick it up and lock it in.
Oh, I know, and that's the one I was talking about at first, and I really do not like the idea of this.
You don't? Okay, then you've already looked at that, then perfect, and we already know. So really it comes down to...
And that is why I would rather try like those emotion ones.
Okay.
Or the other ones that were supposed to be from like
Germany, the Trions.
Yeah, I think the dude in that video said they were called Albert or something like that.
Oh, there's Albers.
And I think he said those ones were from the German company.
I can find those for you.
I also like the fact that they were black too.
That's an Invacare product.
Invacare. E-delete. Power.
They're all going to be about the same, right? So they're going to look the same. I mean, they all do the same.
Yeah.
In each wheel, we can look at the specifics, but they each probably weigh about 17 pounds. But it's like you turn them on, and all you have to do is a little push, and it'll take you further. And going out, you would be able to move.
Yeah, and actually, because of how much my chair drifts too, and because of the issues I have pushing because of it, that also made me think of wanting to replace not only the actual wheel with something like the spinnery spokes that are lighter, but the actual tire themselves with something else a little bit different, and maybe even a little bit taller, So maybe instead of a 24, going to a 25 or 26.
I don't know, like, we don't really want you to be up here pushing. We really kind of want you to be almost where you're at pushing. So
Or at
when you
least
think
maybe
of,
a little bit, and maybe a little bit thicker too. So instead of them being this thickness, maybe them being a hair
they
thicker
might,
too.
I don't know. I think they probably, I don't know if they might come in different sizes. But
I just thought something a little bit taller too, because I feel like one, maybe having a little bit of a taller wheel will help raise the entire chair off the ground a little bit more. But also, I just have the feeling that maybe something a little bit taller can help with the pushing, with going farther.
no, I mean, you're actually sitting, we wouldn't really want to go any taller.
Oh,
Because we want your elbows to be kind of about right here for best pushing. You don't want up here.
oh,
So that, and you don't really want your chair to be any higher either.
oh.
You have the right amount of clearance, but if you want, let's take it outside. But I think really what your issues with drifting and stuff like that, I mean, that's going to come down to like your power assist really helping.
Yeah, well, that, and it also made me think these casters, like maybe getting something a hair thicker with these too. Because I don't know, I just feel like the casters and these tires here look almost a little too thin.
This is a normal, you have a solid. This is really pretty typical. Width-wise, I think this is a 2-inch. Usually, so you really wouldn't want to go much thicker.
Would like maybe an extra quarter, if that be okay or something?
There's no, I mean, what would you, are you thinking that if you got thicker tires it wouldn't drift on you?
Yeah.
Or what are you thinking?
Maybe a little bit of that, but more so as well. Well, this is my first chair.
Right.
I just feel like that could also maybe make it a little bit easier with the pushing as well.
Yeah, you're looking pretty good from the caster standpoint. I think honestly, darling, it's just coming down to with your ataxia and some of your weakness, it's very fatiguing. And if we want to give you assistance, I think power assist is probably going to be the next best thing.
Okay.
Because reconfiguring the wheelchair wouldn't really, in other words, it wouldn't make it much easier. I do agree we've got some issue with that rubbing, and we need to take care of that. And you never use your anti-tips, right? Because they're up.
Yeah.
You do have them down depending on where you're going?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you do sometimes flip them down.
But also, I do notice that, and that's partly why I kind of wanted to take it outside. But it's
we'll take it out for sure.
The last person who saw me take it outside even could tell immediately, like, because it is really hard. Even if I'm just like in the other room trying to practice against the couch, how to do a wheelie or something, that is like really hard.
Yeah, you need
like, I feel like I'm literally having to push myself back as like really hard against the back just to even try to get it up. So even the last person who was out said like, yeah, you might want to adjust the center of gravity and bring that forward a little bit more. But I guess he was really hesitant to do that and wanted to wait for
I'm glad he
Rich's
said
call.
that. Yeah, I'm glad he said that. Your wheels probably could come forward just a little bit, but you seem to be pretty balanced. You're not tippy.
But yeah, like I think even the last time I was at Anschutz, I think even they noticed that, yeah, your center of gravity can come forward a little bit more to like be a little more in line with your shoulders.
It is. Like I could see it maybe. Go ahead and you'd have to drop your arms again.
Yeah. And this was the cushion I was thinking.
Yeah, that might be. I think this one would give you more support than the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like right now,
it has a little gel. It'll have a little more immersion. It'll support your hip bones a little bit better. So yeah, going straight down. We really want the center of that to be off your middle finger. So I agree. Like we could probably bring that forward by an inch.
Okay.
And that, if we did that, you're going to notice a difference, and it might take you a little bit to get used to it, but...
Oh, I get that, and I'm like fully prepared for that.
Yeah, so that would work with this wheel. Now, when you put on the power assist, that doesn't matter as much where the axle sits. I mean,
because the motor's
gonna do most of the work for you.
Okay.
But
and also actually trying to practice a wheelie was also kind of what made me notice the back too.
Yeah, I think you need a more supported back, 100%. And I think the J2 would be a great, I think it might help support your hips a little bit more.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure about that you would need more dump. Usually people that you have pretty good trunk control.
Yeah.
So people that need dump are people that are really weak in their trunk and they need that for stability.
Yeah.
So honestly, where I see you sitting right now with the dump in your feet should be on your, I don't know if you'd want to go to high mount, because what's going to happen is it's going to look like this. And I feel like that might actually cause more hip pain because you're increasing your...
Oh, I get that. I just don't know because Rich originally wanted me to have an extra inch of dump, but we could only get it half an inch.
And I think honestly you look really good, but I'm wondering if he'd just have a spare... the wedge is easy.
I know, and I'm still kind of wondering on that because I know he said he wanted an extra inch, but we could only get a half an inch. So it's just like, would I just need to add a half-inch wedge under here?
Yeah, but I don't even, and we could do, that's an easy fix, but I wouldn't...
So now
I don't know if you would want to do that and then get a high mount. I don't know if it would be worth it. I don't think that your body is... When we do something like that, it's usually because people... They don't have as good of control as you do. So...
Oh, I know. And
you really... And so doing this to you might end up actually causing more pain in your lower back.
Oh, I get that. I just don't know if he suggested the high mount because...
He did, because if we did the wedge, then we're pulling your knees up even more and we're...
And I wouldn't have enough.
Where you're sitting right now, it looks really good.
Yeah.
I want your feet to be more flat. That's stability. I want to get a stable back. That will give you a little bit more stability. I agree with the cushion. So the dump that you have, I think, is perfect. I don't really see you needing more. So what I will ask Rich to do is to bring some power assist wheels so that you can try it. Do you want to go outside before I leave?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Do we go at the front?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you not have a ramp?
Nope, but like,
You don't want one? You somehow have this figured out.
yeah.
I'm impressed because this is quite. Oh, do you just stand up and then take it out?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, that plus with how much it was drifting outside, I learned pretty quickly.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I cannot stay in this because of how much it was drifting.
Do you sometimes have people help you, or do you have figured this out?
Oh, I figured it out.
Okay. I'm curious to see how you do that. I'm surprised you haven't broken your glass.
Well, I haven't taken it out that much.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, we don't have to take the wheels off. I'm happy to help you. I just was wondering.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just trying to, because we could.
Yeah, because usually what I do is if I take it out, because I'll usually take it out either through the garage or the back door. And we
Okay.
have a deck with a bunch of steps, so I'll usually just.
You know, you could use your little thingy on the bottom, right, to hold the door open.
Yeah.
This is a heavy door. Do you like to go by Elizabeth or Ellie? Or Liz?
Yeah, Liz usually.
Liz?
Ellie did not even come into my mind.
Oh, I know a couple of people that are Elizabeth and they're called Ellie, but
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I did not know that. Because it's like. And I literally just got this miniature backpack last night, too.
It's cute.
Purely for the back of this chair.
Yeah.
Although, see,
Well, that's because you're.
Oh, I get that.
An incline. But I see how much you struggle. Like, you're really having to throw your shoulders in there.
yeah, and this is kind of why.
Yeah, you need the
'Cause-
power of this.
Yeah, it's like, because I taken it out to therapy a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the bus stop by the Littleton downtown station?
It's been a while, but I know what I haven't paid attention.
It's like,
Is it like really steep incline?
oh no, it's just
Flat?
Yeah, it's a straight flat surface.
It should be.
But still, my chair does this even on a flat surface. So it's just like,
Let's go over to your neighbor's driveway. Yeah, that's.
yeah.
Well, you know what they're rubbing on your back?
Oh, really?
That's what you're hearing on that one. That's okay though. We can fix that.
Oh.
Oh, you do have a refrigerator door. Okay. You know,
See, and the more it does, it's like, and this is what I'm pretty sure is causing the pain in my hands too.
yeah, you're having to work really hard in pushing this. Like, I think your body too.
See,
Can
it's.
I, are you able to stand up here?
Oh, yeah.
Oops, I think you lost it.
This is probably like the only place I will put my brakes on.
Outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, you kind of need to.
Yeah,
Like, see, so it's not just me.
no, yeah, you got a strong drift.
See?
Yeah.
And it's like, the last time I went, like, the last time I went to Anschutz, because this was originally why I went to Anschutz the first time.
It just seems heavy.
See, and it's like going on an incline like this, or even just
yeah,
going
this
a
chair's
little
not-
bit with that drift. It's like, even just going a little bit, especially on an incline, I really notice the weight of these wheels, which is why I want to try something like a spinachy wheel and a natural fit hand rim or something. Because I really do notice that. And partly because
if, you know what, if we did a spin, I wonder if Rich might have Spinergies that he could bring.
to also try.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
See, and this is kind of why I originally was wondering about going from 2 degrees of camber to 4.
God, this is heavy.
See?
Should not be. I'm wondering if it's your mag wheels. Like usually.
And that's what the dude said when he took them. The last person who was out here, when he took the wheels off to see about adjusting the dump, he said the actual wheel themselves was what was really heavy, which was why I wanted to try to see if I could switch them out for the Spinergy, because maybe the Spinergy ones would be lighter.
Well, maybe that's what we should do first. Is I'll see if Rich has Spinergies and to bring out for you to try, and then
because
order and try that to see if you, because the other thing with the power wheels, you would have to take them on and off, and maybe if you got the Spinergies you might be able to
and that's kind of why I wanted to try the Spinergy first.
let's do that. I think that's a good idea.
Although I wouldn't mind trying them both in tandem either.
Okay. What? I'll do that then. So let's have Rich bring Spinergies and
See,
the power assist wheels.
and with how much it's drifting, that's kind of why I also
It's not touching. Caster's spinning.
And that's kind of why I was also, because of how much it's drifting, that's kind of why I was also wondering if the tire needed to be increased in thickness a little bit more, as well as these casters.
No, I think honestly they just need to do a caster adjustment on this. I wonder if.
No, I still think the wheels are possibly rubbing on the side guard.
It's like I think your wheels are too close to your chair, so we've got some drag there. And then we have mag wheels, but this is like full resistance. This should not be moving like this.
Okay, and this is partially why, like, I've had this chair for a year, maybe a little over, and I've taken it out only a few times. Partly because of, actually, mostly because of this.
This is heavy. Like, you should be able to push your chair and go further.
See, yeah, and that's...
You're like, and I don't know... I think there's a lot of bad combinations that are...
See, and that's why I wanted to see about, like, increasing the size of the tire from a 24 to a 25 or 26.
No, I mean, that one's not...
Because I thought like the size of the tire, if I went up in size, it would help me go farther.
I'm gonna look up and see how much mag wheels, when you're like an independent propeller and you're young and then you have decreased strength, you don't want mag wheels because they're heavy.
It's like, okay, just carrying this right now, it's like, it's a little heavy but doable, but outside it's like,
Yeah.
I know this is
it's not configured right to literally
any
propel.
part.
None of it.
Okay.
So let's.
Because it's like, also I brought up the J2 cushion to Rich originally when the chair was being built, and he decided against that because, well, you're not paralyzed, and usually those kind of cushions and the air cushions are more so for people who are paralyzed, I think was what he said.
It is.
But also, he said a gel cushion would add a lot more weight.
That is true.
But then it's just like, would it be as heavy as these wheels are, if not a little bit heavier?
Here, well.
Because if I were to have a little more weight,
I mean, this is supposed to be an ultralight manual wheelchair.
yeah.
And did you? Because you do pretty well walking. So, is it like if you walk a block, you get really fatigued?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, the mag wheels are definitely weighing this chair down. I think that they're rubbing, so that's creating drag on the chair. And the camber, I think, is a little too tight. You can have camber, but it needs to be a little bit off of the chair. So all of those, I think, between all of that.
Yeah,
that's
I
making
just
a big difference.
don't want the camber to like, I don't want it to look like there's too much of a gap between the
Sure.
side guard and the wheels.
And we can do that without it rubbing on. I don't like.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think we have a plan.
Yeah, it's like most of the fatigue is why I got this chair, but then,
this chair is causing fatigue.
yeah, more so in my arms
Yeah.
and my hands and my wrists, which was
Yeah.
why I brought up the power assist.
Yeah.
But he even said, like, I think it's more so an issue with strength and you needing to develop it over time,
No.
which is like, okay, you know what? Granted, maybe that is part of the issue, so I don't want to, like, discredit that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't think it should be this hard.
No, it's not. It should not be that hard. Like, there's definitely. I'm wondering if a tech needs to come out with us.
Okay.
When Rich comes, because I think that we could make some immediate adjustments to make it a little bit
Okay.
better.
Yeah, I was also gonna see and ask if a tech did come out, would it be possible to raise this for play even just a little bit more?
It might.
Because I don't know why, but I feel like
It might be at the highest setting, but the tech would be able to tell us that.
yeah, well, that plus part of me thought too that with how hard it was, like, could it be that this little bend here was like just a little too far out. Because I
That
noticed.
could be, but that at that point we're kind of stuck with that.
Oh, I know, I get
unfortunately.
that. Oh, are you
What's your
hot?
doggy's name?
Maddox.
Maddox. Aw.
Are you hot?
He's pretty colored.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get back in one last time and let me take a look at the.
Because I noticed a few times when I did take it out, especially just trying to get through a door like that, it just makes me feel really uneasy how far out this is.
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
unfortunately, that's something that we can't change.
Oh, I get that.
But I kind of see what you're saying.
Like, it feels really uneasy to have it a little this far
It's
out.
out, yeah.
Not only that, plus it's like I'll keep wanting to push back against this just to try to get my legs a little bit more under.
Under. Yeah, so the bend is probably, honestly, it's a little bit too long for you because look where your knees sit.
Yeah. So I just figured, you know what, on my next chair,
Yeah, now you know.
it's definitely gonna have to be either at an 85 degree or just straight up 90.
90. Yeah, you like your feet tucked in and this sticks out. I mean, this can be long, which also I'm thinking possibly because you do have a long frame,
Yeah.
moving the chair, the wheels forward a little bit would help.
Yeah, well, that plus,
And then the camp, whatever's going on, it being close and dragging, and then the mags are heavy. Go ahead and pull up again, and then I'm gonna have to boogie, but I'm gonna look up the weight of a mag wheel. I'm gonna say there, and then we'll look at the weight of a spin life.
although I did notice the first time I took the chair out, even with it being as difficult as it was, it's like it still wasn't fatiguing to the point where I just wanted to like straight up black out or something.
So you feel like it's gotten worse? Is that what you're telling me, or?
Or like, no.
You have.
But
Is this the Rogue 2?
yeah. And I also thought too of like, you know what, on my next chair as well, I would want to see if I could bring this in a little bit more. Like the actual chair.
Yeah, I mean,
So that way
You're
there
almost-
wasn't this much. Maybe like a headless gap. So that when maybe it's a little more, fit to me. And maybe that would help too. So what, does my spine lean a little more to one side or the other?
I can take a quick peek on that.
Because I don't know why, but I feel like when the original PT evaluated me and said something like spinal deformity, I think that's what she was getting at, which I didn't really notice that before, but then it's like, ooh, was that what she was talking about?
They're like 10.5 pounds each.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But they're not moving like they should because the wheels are not moving. Like
What do you mean?
So, like what I was saying, if you have a chair that's configured right, when you do a push, you should be going further. Versus like what you're saying, you push it and you don't go very far and then it drifts.
Yeah.
So there's something.
And I feel like I have to push, like keep doing smaller and harder pushes.
Yeah, this
just
chair
to
is
try
not-
to keep
yeah.
it from drifting, but it still does.
Is it hard for you to get to new motion?
With this, yeah.
Well, or I just say that because your mom or your dad would have to take you to new motion, right?
Yeah. That, unless I can figure out the light wheel system up there.
It won't take you to new motion. The only reason why I say that, because the technicians there know wheelchairs so much better.
Oh, I get that.
So do you think, is there somebody, so your mom and dad live here with you?
Yeah, like, I actually, I think they have an event going on the 16th for like wheelchair users, I think.
Oh, they are, yeah.
And I originally signed up for that, but nobody would be here to bring me to that.
Yeah.
So I had a quick thought of like, if there would be another wheelchair person in this area who would be going to that, then could I reach out to New Motion and see if that is a possibility and see if I could carpool with them. And then on the off chance that you guys did want to do something, we could do it like doing that whole thing.
The only thing with that is I think if you have the opportunity to go, if somebody can help you get there, I think that would be a lot of fun for you, for sure.
Yeah.
But we would have to schedule, and New Motion's way out there. It's kind of out very east.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been to New Motion? It's actually not
Nope.
too far from...
Anschutz?
Yeah. It's
like
literally
10
not
minutes
too far.
past it?
It's like, no, it's kind of like probably about the same distance.
Oh.
So
Like
who
around
takes you to your doctor's appointments?
Yeah, a dad usually.
But he works.
Oh, no, he's retired and he has to go to Michigan for something.
Okay. So is he gone to Michigan right now?
No, I think he goes in a few days.
And do you know how long he'll be there?
Like a week or two, I think.
Oh, okay. Honestly, it would be Rich is scheduling so far out. I think it would be
like a month or so before.
I think we are actually already tried to schedule your appointment. I was just talking to Randy,
Like,
and I can't remember. Oh wait, I might have it on my book. Let me see.
and part of the thing is like, especially with the fatigue that I do have, it's like remember the German dude that I mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he wants to get me out there at some point, which I wouldn't necessarily mind. But at the same time, it's just like, I get fatigued and winded just trying to go long distances here, which was partially why I got the chair originally. And with the issues my chair is giving me, like, I don't even want it, like, part of me would just be actually it's still debating on, like, if he would want me to go out there, do I just try to bring my chair and fight with it the whole time over there?
No,
or
this is not working. Like we seriously, I should have got in the very beginning and just tried to push it but I feel like I need you to come to New Motion. So
to take a look or to have it aligned or something?
All of that. Because I feel like the people that are there in shop, they're really
Can work with it better?
Mm-hmm. But I need the only other thing is so your dad's not really around to help much for driving.
Not really.
Okay.
I
and
mean,
your mom works.
yeah, I mean, and I've been trying to get my license, or I've been trying to figure out how I can get my license for years too. But again, because of the fatigue that I have and the weakness in all my muscles, I cannot even last 5 minutes behind the wheel before all my muscles are just like screaming with pain and just like, nope, I cannot physically do this anymore, which was also partly the reason I was thinking and wanting to get this chair, because I thought if I can save my muscles even a little bit of energy, even for maybe even short distances too, then could that allow my muscles to save up enough energy to like freaking drive?
If that's an option, I mean,
or would I need something, or like, could I use something like?
Do your parents have a car that they would let you drive?
I don't think so.
No, and I'm not 100.
I mean, my dad would probably let me practice in his, since that's what he did when I was 16 or 15.
Oh yeah.
But it's just like the muscular and the pain was like, no.
It was hard enough to drive.
Yeah, purely because of that pain. And then I'm pretty sure that alone caused enough fatigue to where even the driving instructor that I was driving with, like, we kept having to like pull over and switch sides like every 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Purely because of the fatigue and the pain, and I'm pretty sure it got so fatiguing and draining because once the pain kicked in, I just kept trying to focus on anything but that.
Right.
So it's just like, partially for this reason, it's like, still wouldn't mind learning how to drive so that I wouldn't have to rely on my parents for that. But at the same time, it's like, could something like AFOs be useful for that? Or something to hopefully cut down on...
where was the fatigue?
Like, purely in the muscle, in all of these muscles and all of my arm muscles. But at least I had a little bit more control of these muscles, of all the muscles in my arms, so that also makes me think, could something like hand controls just be better?
Yeah, sometimes hand controls could be an option. And then there are driving instructors that you can go out with and do hand control.
Oh.
Why this is not. Do you know your Wi-Fi password or any of that? Okay. Let me see if I can find. What's the name of your?
Although I don't think she really likes me either.
Oh. Yeah, are you guys not that close?
Not really. Although, and I was gonna ask Rich about this too, but like, these handles.
Yeah.
Like, because I also have some posts that are just straight up and down.
Yep, those are your back posts.
Yeah, well, I also have some, like, another set of back posts that just go straight up and down that do not have these handles.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
On this chair, or you mean a different chair?
Oh, I mean, therefore this chair, they can just be, like, switched out with these.
You don't like the handles, or you don't like the back post? Well, you need the back post to connect a backrest.
Oh, I get that. Like, I like the other back posts that I have, usually just purely
I thought
because.
this was your first wheelchair.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, so how do you know about the other back posts? What other back posts are you talking about?
Oh, I got like, because originally this is what my chair came with, and I originally said I didn't really want push handles just because I do not like how they stick out. So I was able to get just a pair of just back posts that have the little like cap on the end.
What happened to those?
Oh, I still have them.
Okay. But you put those back on. Did you put those on for a reason or?
Oh, because I thought I was like. I thought I was gonna take this chair on a trip with me somewhere, like to a different state or something. So I thought, well, if that happens and I end up having the same issues with it that I'm having with it here, might as well just have these. So that way, if someone else needs to grab on, or kind of steer me, they can.
For sure.
Cause I found out pretty quickly.
Yeah, sometimes if you can have somebody help, push you, that's always nice.
Yeah, although quite frankly, like, the first time I took it out, it was veering so much and such a struggle. But because I just had the other back posts in, I did not have these handles. I would have to try to grab the chair from the rigidizer bar.
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt a lot.
Did it? Yeah. You weren't grabbing it. Was somebody else grabbing it?
Oh, no, I was. Because the thing is, the chair was veering so much that I would have no choice but to get out just to try to bring it back up onto the sidewalk or the curb.
Okay.
Because the tires, even when it would drift into the road or wherever, the tires wouldn't even grab to where I could pull myself back up. So then I would have to get out and kind of pull it back up from behind, from that bar.
Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to reach back out to Rich. And if I need to come pick you up to take you to New Motion, like, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, and then we could go there and have a technician kind of look this over and make some corrections, and then I would hopefully they would have a pair of Spinergies that maybe we could put on and you could try, and then the power assist wheels as well.
Okay, yeah, because I also noticed that, like, how even with what you've seen when you were in it outside, it's like the more I would have to try to grip on it to keep it from veering, the more my fingers would whack on this part right here.
Yeah,
which is
kind of natural. Also, I think that the great thing about going, if you go to New Motion, I think we would be able to show you kind of what a natural rim looks like.
Yeah, because that's also kind of why I would like to go with those, because at the very least there would be no gap between here and here.
There wouldn't, but it does make it heavier. But
oh, I get that, but at the same time, it's like if I can trade off the heaviness in those rims to the heaviness of these wheels.
Well, I think it's also you have to look at do you want to just stick with power assist? Oh, it's so hard because.
Or would it be possible if, like, to get those kind of like Spinergy LX wheels, but then get the power assist motor fitted to those spokes?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. The power assist wheels only come one way.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
So
think
the
it's that.
spinergy would be like when you just want to push yourself, kind of thing. And then that's why that's going to be kind of the hard decision.
Yeah, because, well, I figured that if with the power assist wheels, if you have to get a pair of manual wheels anyway, along with the power assist, then have the spinergy wheels as like the kind of manual backup with the natural fit.
I mean, I think people that go with the spinergies, they don't put I don't even know if you could do natural fit and spinergies because anyone
I
that
think
wants,
you can.
Okay, anyone that wants, then you are like, you're almost like negating the spinergy effect.
I think the spinergy also has a type of hand whim that's like
We could
the
look at that.
same shape.
It could. You're right. That might be a possibility.
So I was thinking of that too, maybe.
Okay.
If needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what I'll do is after I talk to Rich, I'll let you know. I think he's going to say have the chair come into New Motion versus a tech in the field. They're not as... although the guy that came out, I give him credit, he could kind of tell there was some things going on.
Yeah.
But I would much rather take it to a technician that's done this for 20 years versus someone that's been doing it for a year, because I don't even know what's wrong. I can just tell you it's not right.
Like it's not supposed to be moving like that.
It's not supposed to be like that. Yeah, no, you're supposed to be able to push the chair and roll, and you don't. You push and then drag and...
Yeah, it's like my very first time in the chair, I took it to therapy. I was like 10 minutes late.
Yeah. I
because I was struggling with it that much.
Yeah, for sure. And that's not the point of it, right? It's supposed to be easy for you to push it.
Yeah, almost to the point of like, why did I even get this?
Yeah,
because
it's not set
even
up right.
Like it's not even functioning.
No. So I'll let you know. I'll call you and let you know how Rich wants to proceed.
Okay.
But I'm hoping he's gonna say, let's just bring you to New Motion, and then if you need a ride, I can swing by and get you, and we can put your chair in, and I can take you to New Motion. Okay.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And then I would reach out and see if there's anyone that's going to the New Motion Fair, because I think that would be really fun for you.
Okay. Yeah, and I just thought that, hey, if we could line both these things up on that day, it's like kill two birds with one stone type thing.
But I think that nobody's working at New Motion during the fair.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. But I don't know, I don't know what your parent, like if you can get an Uber, that might be...
Well, now another appointment has to be set up, and it looks like I'm gonna have to go in to my wheelchair vendor to, actually get the chair possibly reset and relooked at completely, because apparently it wasn't set up correctly at all. So, yeah. Yeah, that's that. Bye, you good, nice, love. Well, hopefully you're nice, beautiful, and good people, hearted people. So, yeah. Yeah. Bye.